bitch was hitting those licks. Look me in the eyes and I wouldn't be shit. Wanted me to die, but I said no way. Rock the boat, baby. Ow! I'm about to go crazy. Wow! Don't ever try to play.
Damn. Damn.
Coming up, tell the whole gang we coming up. Knock his ass out, he running up. A bitch love me, she can't get enough. Coming up, I got money now, so what? I've been the same since day one. That's why they can't stop me, hey, damn.
When I hurt somebody, yeah. When I beat somebody, yeah. When I turn out tonight, yeah. When I get that run, yeah. When I hurt somebody, yeah. When I beat somebody, yeah. When I turn out tonight, yeah. When I get that run.
Cash rules everything around me, bitch. Grind these streets, who was hitting those licks. Look me in the eyes and I wouldn't be shit. Wanted me to die, but I said no way. Rock the boat, baby. Ow! I'm about to go crazy. Wow!
Damn.
Coming up, tell the whole gang we coming up. Knock his ass out, he running up. A bitch love me, she can't get enough. Coming up, I got money now, so what? I've been the same since day one. That's why they can't stop me, hey, damn.
When I hurt somebody, yeah. When I beat somebody, yeah. When I turn out tonight, yeah. When I get that run, yeah. When I hurt somebody, yeah. When I beat somebody, yeah. When I turn out tonight, yeah. When I get that run.
Cash rules everything around me, bitch. Grind these streets, who was hitting those licks. Look me in the eyes and I wouldn't be shit. Wanted me to die, but I said no way. Rock the boat, baby. Ow! I'm about to go crazy. Wow!
Damn.
Coming up, tell the whole gang we coming up. Knock his ass out, he running up. A bitch love me, she can't get enough. Coming up, I got money now, so what? I've been the same since day one. That's why they can't stop me, hey, damn.
When I hurt somebody, yeah. When I beat somebody, yeah. When I turn out tonight, yeah. When I get that run, yeah. When I hurt somebody, yeah. When I beat somebody, yeah. When I turn out tonight, yeah. When I get that run.
Cash rules everything around me, bitch. Grind these streets, who was hitting those licks. Look me in the eyes and I wouldn't be shit. Wanted me to die, but I said no way. Rock the boat, baby. Ow! I'm about to go crazy. Wow!
Damn.
Coming up, tell the whole gang we coming up. Knock his ass out, he running up. A bitch love me, she can't get enough. Coming up, I got money now, so what? I've been the same since day one. That's why they can't stop me, hey, damn.
When I hurt somebody, yeah. When I beat somebody, yeah. When I turn out tonight, yeah. When I get that run, yeah. When I hurt somebody, yeah. When I beat somebody, yeah. When I turn out tonight, yeah. When I get that run.
Cash rules everything around me, bitch. Grind these streets, who was hitting those licks. Look me in the eyes and I wouldn't be shit. Wanted me to die, but I said no way. Rock the boat, baby. Ow! I'm about to go crazy. Wow!
Damn.
Coming up, tell the whole gang we coming up. Knock his ass out, he running up. A bitch love me, she can't get enough. Coming up, I got money now, so what? I've been the same since day one. That's why they can't stop me, hey, damn.
When I hurt somebody, yeah. When I beat somebody, yeah. When I turn out tonight, yeah. When I get that run, yeah. When I hurt somebody.
Damn.
Coming up, coming up. To the whole gang, we coming up. Like his ass out, he running up. A bitch love me, she can't get enough. Coming up, coming up. I got money now, so what? I've been the same since day one. That's why he can't stop hating.
When I hurt somebody, yeah. When I beat somebody, yeah. When I turn out tonight, yeah. When I get that run, yeah. When I hurt somebody, yeah. When I beat somebody, yeah. When I turn out tonight, yeah. When I get that run.
Cash rules everything around me, bitch. Grind these streets was hitting those licks. Look me in the eyes and I wouldn't be shit. Wanted me to die, but I said no way. Rock the boat, baby. Ow! I'm about to go crazy. Wow! Don't even try to play.
Damn.
Coming up, coming up. To the whole gang, we coming up. Like his ass out, he running up. A bitch love me, she can't get enough. Coming up, coming up. I got money now, so what? I've been the same since day one. That's why he can't stop hating.
When I hurt somebody, yeah. When I beat somebody, yeah. When I turn out tonight, yeah. When I get that run, yeah. When I hurt somebody, yeah. When I beat somebody, yeah. When I turn out tonight, yeah. When I get that run.
Cash rules everything around me, bitch. Grind these streets was hitting those licks. Look me in the eyes and I wouldn't be shit. Wanted me to die, but I said no way. Rock the boat, baby. Ow! I'm about to go crazy. Wow! Don't even try to play.
Damn.
Coming up, coming up. To the whole gang, we coming up. Like his ass out, he running up. A bitch love me, she can't get enough. Coming up, coming up. I got money now, so what? I've been the same since day one. That's why he can't stop hating.
When I hurt somebody, yeah. When I beat somebody, yeah. When I turn out tonight, yeah. When I get that run, yeah. When I hurt somebody, yeah. When I beat somebody, yeah. When I turn out tonight, yeah. When I get that run.
Cash rules everything around me.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Welcome all to the Bullshit and Bourbon blockchain report.
The triple B.
me, me and blockchain report and Jeff decided we're going to start doing a Monday evening just crypto talk. Just nothing too crazy, nothing over the top. Just kind of pick a cool topic that we can discuss and maybe help people out there that are new to crypto, or maybe you've been in crypto for a while and haven't been exposed to the different aspects. So for this first one, we decided to go with Jeff's going to fill us in on how he works airdrops. He does it very extensively, and I'll turn it over to him here in a second. But and then if we have time, I might discuss a little bit about some DeFi plays. The past week, I've been going pretty deep on Aerodrome, the platform, and making some really good gains. Especially in a sideways market. But I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Jeff and go ahead and kick it off.
Yeah. Well, welcome everyone. And thanks, Myke, for helping put this together. This is going to be fun. Yeah. So one of my big specialties is airdrops, finding airdrops without having to use your own capital. And this is the way to do this is through test nets. Now think of a project that doesn't have their product out there, to the public yet. Like think of Amazon in the 90s, where they don't have a website that's fully active yet, but it's under development. So they give you fake money to test out their website, buying fake products and stuff. And it allows you to interact with this crypto product and see how to use crypto without having to utilize or risk, losing your own money, because you can send some crypto to the wrong network or the wrong wallet and lose it, if you don't understand how to send it properly and use the, copy the right address.
Anybody that's been in crypto for more than 5 minutes and tried to move money from an exchange has experienced this painful yet often occurring
yeah. Yeah, you have this long string of letters and numbers that you could have one thing off and your crypto's gone. So it's a good way for people to, get familiar with how to send crypto and to different wallets and how to swap crypto. And it gives you a better feeling knowing that you're not going to do something on accident and risk, your whole bag. But yeah, I kind of wanted to, can I share my screen on here?
Yeah, down at the bottom, there should be like a little monitor with an arrow on it where you can share your screen.
Okay. Let me just do my window right here.
Actually, let me do this real quick. I'll actually make you a moderator so that you should have all functionality. There you
go. Okay. I don't know if they can see this or not.
Oh, hold on. Let me pop it over to presentation. There you go. Sign in to Ellis.
Oh, Ellis. So So Ellis is a
Taylor here to tell me to switch it to presentation.
Oh yeah. So this is a project that's developing on the Cosmos ecosystem, the Cosmos network, and it allows you to. It's built on the IBC, which is inter-blockchain communication, and the IBC protocol has been being developed since like 2017 or 18 something, and the Cosmos ecosystem has been kind of slow to roll out all these products, but they use kind of like a proof of liquidity to help validate the network, and you earn rewards off of staking and different stuff. But this is a great test net to start with, because I went back and looked at a lot of the Ethereum layer 2 networks that are being developed, and there is kind of a barrier to entry that you do in order to get these testnet tokens, because you need the testnet tokens in order to participate in some of these networks or in some of these testnets. It can
get expensive on Ethereum if you're not using Base.
Yeah, well, so in order to get these testnet tokens, they're kind of making you verify not your identity, but they want some kind of way to verify that you're not a bot, because a lot of these testnets have been gamified, and people will set up 100 wallets and spam this one airdrop and get a big allocation. And now they're saying, okay, well, we want to limit the way people access this so it's more fair. And the way to do that,
people were trying to do that when they were doing the gummy airdrop, and it caused all kinds of problems.
Yeah, so some testnets will require you to have at least 0.001 Ethereum on mainnet. That's like, less than $5. But like I said, some people, in other countries can't really afford that. So they're looking for something that's free. And stuff on the Cosmos ecosystem, they don't really have those limitations. You just need to get a Kepler wallet or a Leap. Leap wallet is pretty good. If those are the top two, Leap Cosmos wallet and your Kepler.
I actually need to get more familiar with Cosmos. I actually have a bunch of Cosmos and I have it staked and earning, but I've never really messed with the network. So I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, no, you're good. And that's actually, I'll kind of show some of the stuff I have staked. I don't care if I dox my wallet. I'm not. It's okay. So yeah, this is the Kepler dashboard, and they have the staking tab in here, and stuff that I have staked and earn a certain percentage a year, 10% on Celestia, 7% on Saga. And also Saga, not only do you get rewards from staking with a validator, but Saga has a great uh, staking rewards program. I think I mentioned it to you before, but this
Yeah.
the Saga Vault, um, yeah, and they have rewards on a rolling basis, and each month they do a snapshot. And if you've staked in prior vaults, you'll get a compounded reward. So whatever is unclaimed from these different airdrops, they
Mhm.
roll back into the next one. So I've seen other projects do that, which is I really love it. Either that or they burn,
Compounding,
yeah, or they burn the token.
compounding rewards.
Yeah, and there was an airdrop that I claimed a few months ago that they, said, okay, well, this percentage of people didn't claim, so we're gonna. Well, I basically got double what I originally was supposed to get because they compounded it into everybody who claimed, and it's like that's what you want to see. If you're not gonna have all these people claim their airdrop, redistribute it to people who are active and participating. But this is a great place to start if you have and
That's
Kepler
what
and Leap.
you're talking about is kind of what they did with Flare, because I've been collecting Flare
Mm,
since it got dropped to XRP holders, and I had it staked on Bifrost, I think is what it was called, and
I have a
then
couple hundred from that, but I haven't staked it. Where
I
actually
actually just threw it on Uphold. So just
okay.
holding it on Uphold, you get the airdrop. It's a little bit less, but it's like 3.3% per month is what
Mm,
you end up getting, whatever you hold. It's a pretty substantial airdrop. And
okay.
yeah, I've been doing that for a while, but whatever's not claimed, I believe it gets burned.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. Or projects will do that as well.
Yeah.
Um and that can be I've seen projects do that with NFTs where they'll launch an NFT, and if they'll get a bunch of hype, but only a third or half of the NFTs will be minted, and then they'll burn the rest, which hasn't necessarily been a good sign of usually the projects that do that die off, like with NFT wise, not token wise. The token burning incentives can be fantastic, if you do it right. Um, but I'll kind of go through this Ellis one real quick.
Alrighty.
And show you how kind of simple it is. So what you'll need is a Kepler wallet, and we can share some of the links with this, or just go to the Chrome web store. Kepler or Leap, they're both
And if
interchangeable.
you want to add any links, I added you to where you're a contributor to the channel. So like
Okay,
if you want to throw like the links in and stuff after the show, then feel free.
yeah, yeah, we'll toss all that in there. Um, and when you download this wallet and you go to sign up, it will ask you to write down a certain. It's usually 12 words. I don't have.
Okay, 12
Oh,
or
let
24.
me add a
In this
wallet.
case, it's 12.
Yeah, I'm just gonna add a wallet right here and just show you. I won't do anything with this wallet, but you can create new, and this is the recovery phrase that you will need to write down. And I tell people don't copy and paste these recovery phrases, or save it on your computer. You want to write it down, because in case of a hack or somebody's able to screen grab, um, you just want to have it written down and not have it digital. And if you have an existing wallet, you can go with this import existing recovery phrase. And if you need to move your wallet to a new computer or a new device, you can use this and type in your recovery phrase, and you'll have that wallet.
I'm just engaging with the chat a
Oh
little
yeah,
bit.
you're good. So new recovery phrase. Like I said, it says do not share with anyone, and backup phrase safely. And then you'll write down these 12 words, and that will be your wallet. Or they have a 24-word option, which is kind of
Hold on,
painful to write down.
let me screenshot this.
Yeah, go. I will put $0 in there for you. Now, Cardano, all the Cardano wallets are pretty much 24 words. It's pretty painful. But
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the technology evolving to where they come up with a better better way to do this.
yeah, one project is Burnt Zion. They're a wallet abstraction, backed by Multicoin, Animoca, and Circle, and they use basically you use your email address and get the two-factor authentication code and stuff. But that's a different way instead of having the seed phrase like this, because a lot of people, especially people who aren't really tech savvy, you are going to have a hell of a time trying to get them to write down all these words for 20 different wallets, and it's just going to be a nightmare.
I honestly have like a little black book, not to sound
Mhm.
cliche, but I have my little sexy black book that I keep all my all my seed phrases and stuff in, and locked up in the
Yep.
safe and all that.
Yeah, keep it safe too.
Oh, it's in a giant fireproof safe. So yeah, I mean, it's the cabin could burn down and it would still be in there.
Yeah. Yeah, and once you write all that down, it'll ask you for a password, and then what I tell people, if you don't have the project's website on hand, in our Discord, I have testnet channels with links to like testnet bridges and the current testnets that we're farming. Let me see. Let me go back. And I always tell people, look for the project on Twitter and make sure that like to get the link, because don't just go to your search engine and type in the project, because it might not always be the correct link. Could be a scam link, especially the paid advertisement
then you
ones.
connect your wallet to a malicious site. They drain
Then
your
you're hosed.
wallet.
Yeah. So usually X, to the project, make sure that you're seeing the name spelled correctly, that there's no funky letters or numbers in here. Make sure that their following is legit, and usually you'll have a bunch of big projects that follow them as well, so that way you feel safe when navigating
Yeah.
this. And then you can find their links here, but also I'll share all the links in the description. But once you're here, they actually have they announced their roadmap right here. So I believe phase
So I'm,
2. Yeah.
I'm actually curious. Me personally, just and I'm sure a lot of the people out there. I'm kind of more curious about like how do you find these airdrops?
A lot of digging on Twitter.
I mean, is there like a
Finding
website that you can go to that kind of lists the the
Oh yeah, what
airdrops
was
that are going on and upcoming airdrops and
the Airdrops.io? Was that the
yeah, I think that was one of them. Let me see if I can pull that up real quick. I kind of want to start from the beginning. So like if somebody's
Yeah.
just getting into this,
Oh yeah, and
then
on
and
the
crypto rank
Galaxy,
IO it has it as well.
yeah, the Galaxy Compass. Yeah, because when I started, I would search YouTube for crypto airdrops and find people that were uh, talking about different projects, and then I would go research them. And
Well, I mean, there's so many resources now that just consolidates it all.
yeah, and then I started following different airdrop hunters on Twitter, and they would just post tons of projects, and some of them you just kind of look at and like, that's shit. I don't want to spend time doing that, but a lot of others have been pretty good. I mean, I'll see stuff, and there's some Discord servers that have great airdrop channels, but there was one really good one I got kicked out of earlier this year. So
Yeah.
made a comment that some people weren't really happy with, and they didn't warn me. So
Yeah,
um,
let's make sure that we link one or two of these for people to get them started. Um, just because, like I said, it's really the gateway to getting
yeah,
involved. With these is to go to one of these sites like the one I'm on. Um,
your
it
airdrops
has
IO.
it's the crypto rank IO,
Oh, the crypto rank.
and
Yeah,
yeah, and then it has, basically like, who has contributed to it, like who's supporting it. So like Coinbase
yeah,
Ventures or Polychain Capital, or so it kind of lends a little more credibility to it. And then it also has the Twitter score. So like, how many people are, talking about it, how popular is it? And I think that kind of plays into what you were talking about with looking at their
yeah.
Twitter profile with like
And
who's
the backing
following
is
them.
really important too.
Yeah.
Like how much backing? I would say at least like in at least around 5 million in funding and above. I mean,
Okay.
most of these are pretty good. Grass just had their airdrop. And Grass was a interesting one because this you just had to um, it like mined data from your web browser. So you installed their
Go go ahead and
little,
click on it, 'cause if I remember right, didn't it just, like,
and it was
have, like, a
free.
step by step?
Yeah. Yeah. So
Yeah, there
they're
you go.
doing season 2 right now, and you sign up. Um, yeah, and they kind of walk you through each one as well.
Yeah, I mean, they tell you exactly what to do step by step, so, I mean, it's
And I had
you know,
I
it
had trouble with this at the start and see like when it first launched, so I didn't
mhm,
really participate in it, but I've seen some people who just had their browser open during the day, and I think it was like 4 or 5 months and just made a few $100, but I mean shit for not
it
really, it's free.
yeah,
You're just using your data or
your browser.
whatever. Yeah, your browser.
Yeah, power or, whatever.
Mhm.
Sure it didn't cost a couple $100 in power to let their laptop run.
No.
I'm sorry,
And
I just wanted to throw that out there, 'cause, like, I know
yeah.
that was my big barrier to entry was trying to figure out, where to find, all these airdrops before they were done. Because by the time was hearing about them on social media, it was usually after it was closed, it was done, and everybody was talking about how happy they were with it, how many tokens they got. I'm like, well, fuck you guys. It's like I want some too.
Yeah.
It's like, why weren't you telling me about this earlier? So yeah, I wanted
Oh,
to
man.
make sure we hook people up with that. But yeah, go ahead and jump
It
back to the
it's,
wallet.
yeah, it's crazy because the past or this year especially, there's just been so many projects that the first half of the year was a flood of airdrops, and people had been farming this stuff for the past 1 to 2 years, and now it's kinda like, can we still keep this hype going? Because my biggest thing is there there needs to be a lot of different projects, DeFi, NFT platforms, and so on. But long term, it's gonna you never know what project's gonna rise to the top. So you're gonna have
Yeah,
all
you
these
you
different,
never know what's gonna get traction,
yeah.
or,
So
the right
participate in
influencers gonna,
everything,
talk about it or whatever.
yeah, that you can, and don't be afraid to sell, your token airdrop bag if you feel like you can reinvest that into something better down the line. Because not like I said, there's so many layer 2 networks, there's so many decentralized exchanges. At some point you're gonna have a consolidation and a die off of projects, and so that airdrop might not be worth shit, in a year or two. So don't be afraid to, like, I do a lot of reinvesting with my airdrops into other airdrop hunting endeavors. It's
Well, honestly, that's good advice, because the only airdrop that I've done was gummy and baked, and at one point when it first dropped, I ended up to where I had like $1,000 in gummy, and then it just plummeted and ended up being
Mm.
worth, I think it was like $100, or like under $100, and never really recovered. And finally, I just sold it. I was like, yeah, lesson learned. It's there's certain ones that take off and keep taking off, and there's 99% of them that don't
Mhm.
do anything.
Yeah. Yeah, and you just never know. I mean, like I said, I've had some airdrops like Optimism, Arbitrum, Aptos, um, from a year or 2 years ago, and I had got rid of those not long after, but I mean, they pumped a little bit and then dropped back down, but it allowed me to reinvest that into other projects, other airdrop farming events,
Well,
and
I kind of got you off track. I apologize. Like, if you
oh
want
no,
to
you're
jump
good.
back to
This it's good
your
to
wallet,
because there's just so much like nuances in airdrop hunting and farming because you got like referral based ones and metric based ones where they track like your wallet activity and the age of your wallet on that
Mhm.
network and
If you
it,
bridge or if you engage
yeah,
with
bridge
social
volume.
media, like
Hmm.
like you have to go and you have to like something, you have to repost something, and
Yeah,
they just have
yeah,
like all these different hoops you have to jump
the
through.
social
But
tasks. It's
yeah, yeah,
it's crazy. Now, thankfully, like this one, you don't have to do social tasks for. Once you sign up for your with your wallet, you'll come here and connect. And like I said, you can use Leap, and there's some other wallets that you can use, but Kepler and Leap are the top two. And this is kind of the dashboard. Just shows your portfolio, rewards, and different assets that are available. And in order to get your testnet tokens, you want to come here to the faucet, and you'll receive a certain amount of each token. And since I've already claimed in the past 24 hours, you can only do it once. Usually you can only claim testnet tokens once every 24 hours. Some will do every 10 minutes or every hour, but most of the time it's once a day. And then they have different features. The perpetual trading they just launched this past week. So that's a new feature.
and
But
what is
here's
that?
perpetual trading, kind of like just buying leverage,
Okay,
trading
okay.
stocks with
So
leverage.
it's
Yeah.
like futures.
Futures. Yeah. Yeah. And they have like liquidity pool
Leverage
positions that are
equity pool, is
leveraged.
that what that is?
Yeah. Leveraged liquidity pools.
Nice.
Um, but yeah, so there is a different site that kind of tracks your progress. It's called bonusblock.io, and you can sign up. So Cosmos Hub's all-in-one DeFi layer one app chain. And you can connect your socials here. And you mentioned, the social tasks.
Mm.
They say follow us on X, on Instagram, Discord, and you get points or XP. And they show different tasks like swapping assets, staking your assets, adding to the liquidity pool. And I don't think they updated this for the current with the current features,
Mm.
but you can go to collect rewards and they usually show like your progress, how many interactions you've had that day or week or month.
Huh.
But since they've rolled this new feature out, I don't think that they have that updated yet. So I'll put the link for this. I'll put my referral stuff in there too. So
Might have
you
to
can
give this
sign
a
up.
try.
Yeah.
I'm always curious about different aspects of crypto.
Yeah, especially DeFi, like with what you were saying, I want to get into some of that aerodrome
Dude,
stuff because if
DeFi
you're
is
if you're
freaking
getting
awesome.
rewards from platform fees and trading fees, like even in a
Oh,
down
dude.
market,
Oh,
you're gonna have people fucking selling like
yeah,
hotcakes, and you're gonna be
yeah.
collecting all those fees. It's gonna be
So,
beautiful.
yeah, if we have time,
Yeah, yeah. I'll just run through this. So each one of these you want to interact with. I tell people on a test net, you want to test out
with the
every
airdrop
feature.
stuff, I really want to learn about this.
Yeah. Um, but this is one that you want to interact with some of these daily. some of them don't require daily interactions, but it's good to interact with it at least 2 to 3 times a week. I have a whiteboard right here on my wall that has all the different test nets, daily task list. I have this where is it? This crypto. Oh, you can't see it, can you? No, I have like a whole bookmarks folder on here that has different crypto websites saved and daily task stuff, so I can just click on the different pages and open them up and then complete them. So it keeps me organized, because before I would just, I'll come back to that later, and I'll completely forget. And
Yeah, yeah.
I've missed so many airdrops by just forgetting to write shit down. So
You have to be organized. I mean, you really got to, if you want to be profitable, you really got to treat it like a business.
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I track all my stuff on a calendar, on my Google Calendar of, when I need to, if I need to restake something like AVAX. It was like
Mhm.
monthly or something like that I had to, always be restaking. And so I, would put a reminder, because if you don't, it just sits there.
Yeah.
You miss out. So yeah, it's like I have to do that.
Yeah. I love how Crypto Rank does these little steps too. Like Movement Labs is another test net that's
Mm.
I would I think they're close to mainnet, so this one might be too far along, but this has been one of the most painful ones I've had to go through. But they they do a really good job at putting stuff through here. Um yeah, what else did you want to know about
About
like getting
airdrops.
started? So,
That I mean, for
do
the
you
most
want
part,
to
that was it. It's just, the I think the biggest barrier to entry is, finding them,
Yeah.
before they're done. Because by the time you hear about them on social, I mean, it's kind of like crypto in general. By the time you hear about everybody, going on and on and on about a crypto, usually you're late to the party. And if you're late to the party,
Yeah.
you're usually the exit liquidity. It's
Yeah.
you know what I mean? It's,
Yeah.
like with Bitcoin, when you got your grandma calling you, go, "What is this Bitcoin thing? Should I buy some?" And it's like, "All right, sell,
Get out.
sell,
It's
sell."
time.
It's like, it's like it just you got to know, when to hold them and when to fold them, as Kenny Rogers, used to sing about.
Yep.
But yeah, that was the big thing, was how to find the airdrops, and then how to find the legit ones, and then also how to find, the profitable ones, and is there a way to, kind of sift through, the chaff to get to the wheat. It's like, is there things that you could, see, like, with like the Twitter rank, there
Mhm.
on the right, the little gauge,
Yeah.
like, is that a legit way to be like, hey, if the further up that gauge goes into the green, does that mean that it's, going to be more profitable, and it's not going to be too many hoops I have to jump through,
Yeah.
to collect it, that sort of thing. So that, I think that's really the important aspect. And of course, with these websites, and having the steps, and the pictures of, now do this, and now do this, and now do
Yeah.
this, it's really super easy for anybody that is interested in getting involved in crypto and airdrops to start making, free money, basically.
Yeah. And if anyone has any trouble with, or if they come across a roadblock or a technical issue on any of these test nets, I probably have a video on most of these. Just not most of them, but some of these, like the bigger ones. Abstract, I've done one on. Movement. Um, the Babylon one was kind of a pain to get testnet tokens for, because on the Bitcoin network, some of the Bitcoin testnet campaigns, the testnet token faucet is hell to get tokens from. So it's almost like a select few, and that's another thing. There's certain limitations that keep people out. And it can be a pain in the ass sometimes, but just try as many as you can that you can participate in. Because like I said,
Yeah.
not everyone can have, 0.001 Ethereum on mainnet and stuff to get testnet tokens. However, this is a great place to go if you do have funds on your wallet on different blockchain networks. Gas.zip is one of the best ways, the cheapest ways to transfer Ethereum between different networks. And it's powered by Layer 0. And you can even, I've bridged in and out of Ethereum for like pennies. When normally it costs, at least a few dollars. So, but it only sends Ethereum to these networks.
Gotcha.
Now, you can also send Ethereum to testnets. If you don't have a way to get the testnet tokens, like I said, you don't have, some require a certain identity score that you have to set up, which it's not difficult, but it is another barrier to entry for people who aren't as technical. So this is a good way if you have, a few dollars that you can throw into a testnet, Ethereum Sepolia, just to get some testnet tokens. And then once you have that, you can bridge these testnet tokens to other testnets. But it is, for Ethereum layer 2s, it is kind of, they are making it more gated, just because it's been botted so much that they want to have some control. And yeah, but I'm still working on finding other ways of getting free tokens without having to do all this jumping through these hoops. Because some people just want to, hey, I want to get my wallet, log in to the website, and do my testnet stuff. I don't want to have to do all these 3 or 4 other things. So that's why I say Ellis is a great one to start with. That way you can just sign up with your wallet, log in, and get, swap your tokens. And I've done video on this that people can check out for more in-depth stuff. And any technical issues that I run into, like these errors, sometimes you'll get execution errors that you just have to keep approving over and over again, or refresh the page. Sometimes you have to log out and log back in on different test nets, because it's a test network. It's going to have bugs. You're going to have stuff that doesn't execute, and shit's going to happen. And this is the opportunity to submit tickets, in their Discord. If you find stuff, I go in certain projects' Discords all the time and say, hey, this feature isn't working. I have this recommendation. And sometimes they listen, sometimes they're overwhelmed, but it's good to be interacting and involved. And even if you don't fully understand all the concepts here, you're going through the motions, you at least understand how to use the features.
One of the issues I am always running into with using wallets and stuff like that, and especially this past week with doing the DeFi thing, is it's been figuring out what some of the freaking some of the cryptos are. So like one of them was, what was it? Like zero, layer 0.
Oh yeah.
I was wanting to stake it on Aerodrome, or add it to a liquidity, and I moved it from Coinbase into my Coinbase wallet, and it's not showing on Aerodrome because it's like and I can't figure out why. I mean, it's on Ethereum, and it's there's you earn like 3,000% or something like that in the liquidity pool, APR. And so I'm trying to get it in there, and I cannot figure it out. So yeah, I mean, it's definitely, there's a learning curve with that stuff.
So you're using the Coinbase wallet, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it should. Some wallets, should automatically have it pop up. I use Rabby because MetaMask is just trash.
I stopped using MetaMask so long ago when they got hacked. I
Oh
was just like,
yeah,
I'm done with MetaMask. I didn't lose anything. I never kept anything on it.
yeah, it's very old and just not very intuitive. Because here you can
Dude,
find connected.
Coinbase and the
Oh
Coinbase
shit,
wallet
I
is
cannot see that.
beautiful. It's like butter.
Oh yeah.
And it's cheap as shit. Like moving my Ethereum. The reason I stopped using Ethereum and stopped investing in Ethereum was when I first got into crypto. When I was trying to move my Shiba Inu, when I first got into crypto,
Yep.
and I didn't realize I didn't know anything about gas fees or anything like that. So I'm moving
Oh.
Shiba Inu around and I'm doing all this stuff. I'm like, where did all my money go? And I come to find out I spent like $800, moving Shiba Inu around. And I'm like,
Oh no.
what the fuck? And so yeah, after that, I was like so like anti ETH, and then until Base Chain came along, and they
Yeah.
started really making it cheap to be able to move ETH based projects, and of course the fact that Aerodrome's on Base, the wallet is the
Mhm.
Coinbase wallet, so it's built on ETH and on on the Base chain and all that. So yeah, it's like it's fractions of a cent now to to be able to get into these use wrapped ETH in the liquidity pool pairs and things like that.
Oh yeah. Damn, 1,600% zero.
Yeah. Yep.
So
That's
do you
it,
is
and
there a
it
way
it moves
to
around. But yeah, I
import?
was wanting to get into that one because I would just basically I was planning on putting like a couple $100 and then just shave the profits off, like every day and put it into something else.
Yeah, and you don't see it show up. Do you see it show up in your wallet? I
It shows up in my wallet, but just
Okay.
whenever I pick, right where you're at, if you do the drop down
Yeah,
and you pick
but
zero, it
it
says I
doesn't
don't
show
have
up?
any, and I put $50 in there.
Oh, what
Oh,
wait,
here,
you said
you
on
know what?
Ethereum, right?
I'll just share my screen and show you.
It's not on Base?
Hold on, real quick. I'll just share my screen and show you.
If you have it on the Ethereum network, I don't think it.
Yeah, see, so I go here and I go to liquidity, deposit liquidity.
Liquid Titty?
Yeah, click with titty. All right, and then do wrapped ETH and ZRO and new deposit. And see, yeah, see, it says I have zero, but if I actually go into my Coinbase wallet, I have $50 worth.
Hmm,
It's weird, but anyway,
that's
not
weird.
a big
Yeah.
deal. Maybe I'll talk to you about it offline. Maybe you can help me out.
Yeah.
Like, did you want to cover anything else with the airdrops, or do you want me to touch on?
No, no, we can jump into, because I know this is a lot, and I got a whole airdrop, like, playlist, you can go through, and I have a few, like, intro to airdrops or where to start videos.
Oh,
And I
cool.
also walk people through how to set up what's called the Gitcoin passport, which is kind of an on-chain identity verification. Um, yeah, it verifies you and allows you to get testnet tokens on Ethereum. So
Hmm.
it's kind of like a way to limit those bots. But
Well, maybe
yeah,
we'll have to look at editing those up or something, and sticking them on the channel for people.
yeah, yeah, we can get that done.
Well, I guess I'll jump into this real
Yeah.
quick. So those of you, I'm sure you've heard of it, Aerodrome. I've like up until this week, I've just been buying Aerodrome and letting it sit in my wallet, not earning, not doing anything, which is stupid. And so I decided, I mean, as nervous as I was about it, I decided to jump in, and I didn't go too deep. I'll go through like kind of what I did,
Hmm.
but it's basically a place that you can earn, and it actually what I've found is it works best when the market is trending sideways, and I'll get into why. So basically it's a place that you can provide liquidity. So they have a swap. So if you want to swap any tokens on base chain, then you can do ETH, you can do wrapped ETH, Arrow, just there's all the Brett, all the different meme coins, just everything, and so basically you can do it, acts as a swap, and of course you pay fees to swap, and those fees go to people that provide liquidity for those pairs. So like if you're trying to swap ETH for Brett, then you're going to pay a fee. And if I put liquidity in the liquidity pair for ETH and Brett, then I'll get a portion of those fees. And I'll show you exactly how that plays out. So next you have the dashboard. I'm hoping they come up with a sexier dashboard. I actually had to come up. Well, I had to come up with this spreadsheet.
Oh,
So
yeah. Some of the UI on these projects are still rough.
yeah. So let me. I'll share this real quick. So basically built out this spreadsheet, and it has basically like the amount of tokens that I initially put in, and how much they were worth, yada yada yada. This is all the variables that I plug in, and then all this auto populates. So basically it lets me know my initial investment, my current investment, basically what my initial investment would be worth right now if I just held it and didn't put it into a liquidity pool. And then here's my totals, and then the total loss and gain. This is what I've made in a day off of this one. And this one is I have $1,000 in. So I made 2% in a day. Just basically letting it sit in this liquidity pool.
Off just 1,000.
So yeah, off $1,000.
That's
So yeah, and it pays out in Arrow. It pays out in a little bit in fees for the pairs. So I'm
mhm.
earning ETH, I'm earning USDC, and I'm earning Arrow at the same time. So I'll show you that.
Yeah, and earning in the project's token, can be really good because it's almost like a little savings account. You have your pennies going there, and it just accumulates over time, and you just, oh shit, I got this big bag of Arrow that.
Well, it gets sexier than that. So it's called the flywheel. So check it out. So these are the liquidity pools that I'm in currently. So I'm in wrapped ETH Arrow, wrapped ETH USDC. I have a couple of the wrapped ETH USDCs because they were earning me a ton, and then wrapped ETH, and then Coinbase wrapped Bitcoin. So basically, this is what I initially put in. So you can see here I have about $1,700 that I put into this pair. I have this one was initially it was about $100. I'm down on this one because you can see that
Mm.
this is red, like this is green,
Oh
so that
yeah,
means it's
out of
within
the range.
range.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'll show that in a second because I learned about that a little
The
a little bit
impermanent
in.
loss and stuff.
Well, you have impermanent loss, but you pretty much only if you cash out when it's outside the lower part of the range.
Yeah.
So if this icon is green, it means it's inside the range and you're earning. If it's red, it means you're outside the range and you're not earning. You don't want to jump in and out too much because of the fees you have to pay to get in and out. So, me personally, the rule of thumb I'm using is if it's out of range for more than a day, I'm going to rebalance. And so that
Mm.
means I'll cash it out, close it out, and then re-enter either in that pair or another pair that's going to earn me more, and maybe change my range so that I can stay in
Mhm.
the range more. I'll again show you that. But I have a couple of them that are out of range because Ethereum right now just took a dump a couple hours ago, and so but you can
Do you
see
have a
that.
range that you like to stay in, or does it? Because I've only really used a lot of the DeFi stuff for like when airdrop hunting, doing certain tasks for airdrop
Gotcha.
hunting, and I'll deposit, and then withdraw because I don't really need to have. I don't put a lot in there anyway, so um, I know how the different ranges work, but I don't really know what the best is for, I guess certain strategies.
Well, and that's the great thing about Aerodrome. And there's some other ones that are better, but I'll actually show you what it looks like. So the wrapped ETH Arrow right now I'm making about 47, 48%. And I just did this morning, and I've already earned like a little over 1 arrow, and I've earned
Mm,
23 cents an arrow. So the emissions are what you earn off of.
the
Let's see,
trading,
what's that?
is that what you earn off the trading fees, the emissions?
So no, the trading fees are over here.
Oh, right
The
there.
the emissions, actually, you know what? I'll show you this. So this is the flywheel. This is probably would be the best place to start.
Okay.
So here's the emissions. So the ways that you earn, and this is kind of the way that you want your money to circulate, is you contribute to the liquidity pool. From the liquidity pool, you're providing liquidity to the protocols. You get incentives. The incentives, then you can basically lock them, and then when you lock them, then you can, like, I'd locked a bunch for 4 years. For
Mm,
that, you get an equal amount because I locked it for 4 years of VE Arrow, which is the voting token that you
got
can
it.
that's the liquidity token that you can take and you can vote with it and actually earn with that as well. And you earn every week, from voting. And then with
Mm,
that, arrow that you get, then you can put that back into the liquidity pools that again, make you money, and it
yeah.
comes around. And basically you're taking like these 3, 4 different ways that you're earning these tokens, and you're just constantly feeding this loop that compounds your earnings. So I'm a little more visual.
Yeah. Yeah, and the
So
more people use
basically,
this stuff, the more likely, because there's some I've had projects or tokens staked in other projects where it's like, oh, we have this, you're making like 1,000%, and they they're not really making money. It's just kind of like a couple years ago there were these DAOs that
oh
were,
yeah,
oh my god, it was
dude, I got
DAO.
involved with that Time
I made like
Wonderland,
I made like
dude.
10 or 15K off DAO, and the second pump up, the
Oh yeah.
2021, after the summertime, I invested like 5K in it and went up to like 20 or 25K, and then I cashed out, but I over the next year or so, I just invested most of that in Cardano on its way down, and
Oh
NFTs.
no. Oh no.
So that was like,
Oh, we've all done it. We've all done
yeah.
it. I'm way down on my Casper right now. But so yeah, this is pretty much what I've earned in a day. So on this one, it's out of range right now for the past couple hours, so I haven't earned on it. But this one I earned like 10 arrow in a day,
Mm,
plus this almost $4 in USDC and another $4 in ETH. So, I mean, do the math. I have what, 10, 13, roughly, uh, 16, $17 I made off of this one
on
in a day.
just one, yeah,
Yeah. And that one I only have $1,000 in, so
yeah,
yeah, basically you get your emissions APR. So, for contributing to the pool. And so that's to answer your question, that's what that is for contributing to the liquidity to this pair. So I'm earning 109% right now, and it pays me out an arrow. Now, because I staked, because I staked, then I'm also earning trading fees. So,
Hmm.
this money that I put into this liquidity pool, I'm double earning off of it, actually triple earning off of it.
Yeah.
So for contributing, I'm making these emissions, and for staking it, I'm earning these fees. So you can see how it builds and stacks on each other. Now the final aspect is what I was talking about with locking. So I locked 5,041 Arrow for 4 years, and actually here, let's just actually go to it because I want to show you how it works. So you can create a lock, and so you can deposit Arrow. So it's just like staking, and you can decide how long you want to do it for,
Mm.
and you can see, like, I'll just use a good round number. You have 1,000. So if I stake or lock 1,000 Arrow for 4 years, I get 996.58 VE Arrow. So my actual Arrow is chilling in there, but it issues you an NFT of VE Arrow that you can actually
Mm.
sell. It's actually in my Coinbase wallet, and I can sell it, or I can take loans out against it. All those different things.
Oh yeah.
So you see where I'm going with this.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
say that everything pumps, like it's not like it's locked in there and I don't have access to it. If Arrow really pumps, I can take that NFT and I can take out a loan against it that's tax free, is my understanding, because you don't get taxed on debt.
Yeah.
So I can take a loan out on it, and I can actually use that to buy real estate. I can use that to invest in other things, whatever. So that's a cool thing.
That's where
Now,
NFTs don't get enough credit. Is they're like, oh well, these profile pictures.
cartoon
No,
monkeys.
yeah,
Yeah,
there's so many like real world, um, not just real world assets, but stuff like this where it shows like I have, um, this verifies that I own the liquidity
yeah,
in this,
I'm the owner.
and yeah,
Well, like real estate, tokenized gold, all these different
yeah,
things. Getting rid of titles for real
yeah,
estate, and title theft is a thing of the past. Once, like as soon as I can, I'm putting all my real estate, my different real estate holdings on in NFTs, because it ensures that no one can, do, the title theft.
and the fees too, man. The fees for all that, the
Right?
processing fees and the
Oh
middleman
yeah.
bullshit. It's
Oh yeah. Escrow and all those different things. So this is what you like whenever you click on vote, this is where it takes you. And so basically, I already voted, and see, you can see that my estimated rewards here in a couple days. It's what, on Wednesday. I'm going to earn $51.64. If I would have done 100, it would have been $60. So I'm earning off of about 5,000 Arrow. So roughly $5,000, a little over $5,000. I'm earning $60 every week, and
damn.
which in Arrow, that I can then take. So that's what, $240 a month.
Did you just
Not too bad.
you know
For just taking my Arrow.
almost 3K a year? Just
Yeah, and you got to figure it's paying out in Arrow. So if
yeah.
if you hold on to it, and Arrow pumps, at $60 might be $120,
Oh
might be
yeah.
$240. It depends on how much it pumps.
Yeah.
Me personally, what I'll probably do with it is I'll swap it on here, and I'll find other pairs, other liquidity pools. So I'll come here and I'll look, and I can, you want something with some good volume to it, because volume is
Yes.
what's going to generate the
Yeah, total value
fees.
locked, all that stuff.
Yes, yes. So this one here, like this, if it would get back in range, this is why I was making so much money on that wrapped ETH USDC pair. Is it's making 2,526 APR,
Jeez.
and the volume is $1.5 billion, and there's almost $600,000 worth of fees that get split up to everybody that's contributing liquidity to it. And so you can see that's the one I was showing you right here, that in a day, I earned, $9 and or 9.5 Arrow, another $4 in ETH, and another $4 in USDC in a day. because of that.
Yeah.
And so that's why I'm like, come on, Ethereum, get back in the
Come on.
motherfucking range. It's like-
What was the range that you put that for? Was it like a narrow
Oh yeah,
range, or was it
I'm glad you brought that up. All right, so if I want to deposit liquidity, you
yeah,
can.
and you have to
There's two
have,
ways.
just so people know, you have to have the same amount of both pairs. So
Yes,
now some of them
yes,
will allow you to do single-sided assets, and they'll split it up
yes.
for you.
Moonwell. Moonwell actually will allow you to like just basically provide arrow or just provide
Mm.
the percentages are much lower. Um, so if you're a little
Okay.
more proactive of an investor, this is what I would say. And I'm not a financial advisor; it's not financial advice. Um, so there's two ways that you can look for the liquidity pairs that you want. You can come to this screen, which is just liquidity, and you have active, stable, volatile, concentrated, incentivized, low TVL, participating in all pools. And then you can sort by clicking on APR, volume, or fees. So if you're just wanting to, gangster in and all you care about is, the APR and you want to roll the dice, you can do a whiff USD plus pair and potentially make that 9,000%
Oh.
profit. And there's some decent volume and a little bit of fees in there, and you can try it. But the other
Wow.
way, if you just know what you want to contribute to, is you can come in here and you just either type in up there, or you just click like wrapped ETH,
Mhm.
and we'll just do the USDC because that's that one I'm loving. And you can see here's all of the ones that I already have. So it kind of make sure that I don't end up clicking the wrong one because if you
Yeah.
look, it's wrapped ETH USDC, but one is this, the other is an AMM, and they have very different APRs.
Yeah.
So now you click on new deposit, you come into here, it has the APR, it has how much liquidity is in there. There's almost 8,800 wrapped ETH and a little over 5.5 million USDC in this pool currently. So you have your price ranges. So these are the preset ones. So you have narrow, which will earn you 421 percent APR. And so you can see down here in this graph, it tells you it will basically your range is 2,326 to 2,470. And I'll show you my little
Okay.
charts that my trading view charts that I use to, there we go. I'll jump over here real quick.
Oh, and if you ever see like USDC .e, it's different than the regular USDC. Just in case if anyone has any
Yes,
confusion, that's the .e is a abridged version. It's a bridged token of
there's
USDC.
there's a lot of those that I
Yeah.
still haven't learned that are confusing, and I'm glad you bring that up. Don't let me forget. I want to touch on that.
Hmm.
So this here is what I'm using, a deck screener, to track my ranges, because it has a lot of these pairs, and it
Yeah,
actually
the wrapped ETH
has
pairs.
yeah, and it has a lot of other tools that I'm using. So this one here, like all through here, I was in range. It dipped out, went back in earlier today, and then we took this dump, and it's been out for a couple hours now. But I keep seeing it wanting to get, you can kind of see that this was support back here, and now it's acting as resistance. I'm waiting to see if it will bust back through and get back into the range because I don't want to pay the fees and take the turn that impermanent loss into actual loss
Yeah.
by closing that out. I lock in those losses, and I will explain that before I forget right now. So let's go to here and
Yeah, I guess that's one of the biggest things to pay attention to is the impermanent loss side. When you're providing liquidity, because it's not something that you really think about. Oh well,
You
I'm
can
in this
see that.
range, and yeah, like what happens if I go out of this, and am I going to lose all this money? And the wider the range, the lower the rewards that you'll get, right? So a certain percentage
Yes,
you get for
yes.
narrow and
So
wide,
we'll
and
check this out real quick. You see, this one is in range. You can see that there's a pretty good
I
balance.
think
It's a
you're
little
on.
bit
I
lopsided.
don't think you're sharing.
Oh, sorry.
We're on
I
tunnel
thought
mode.
I thought I had shared it. There we go. All right. So as you can see here, this one, the wrapped ETH, Coinbase wrapped BTC, it is somewhat balanced. It's not exactly balanced because it's moved since I did it, but you can see that I have more wrapped ETH than the Coinbase wrapped BTC because it's the price has dropped. This one that I'm out of range on, this is the one that's out of that chart I just showed you, where I'm out of the bottom part because ETH took a dump.
Hmm.
It slowly sold off my USDC and bought wrapped ETH on the way down. So my entire
Uh,
liquidity that I contributed to this, which isn't a bad thing, I'm holding $948 worth of ETH. It's worth whatever ETH is worth. So I'm waiting for this to come back up a little bit, and I might readjust, or I might just let it ride because I know, where we are currently in the market. We're probably at some point going to go back up. But if
hmm.
it doesn't happen the next day or two, I want to get back into range. But the same thing happens the other direction. Say that as you start approaching the upper end of my range, it's going to start selling off this wrapped ETH and putting it into USDC. And so I'm going to end up at the top part of the range in almost $1,000 of USDC. And if I'm not paying attention and it keeps going, up and up, then I'm going to miss out on potentially, any profits I could have made by rebalancing and,
Hmm.
resplitting my USDC and my ETH to where, I'm in range. So I'm making all those fees and I'm making, all those earnings. Plus I'm taking advantage of, the ETH and the USDC, almost dollar cost averaging and stair stepping out, if that makes sense. Sorry
Yeah.
if I'm getting a little too technical. I'm trying to dumb it
No.
down as much as I can.
No, it's good to know, some of these strategies, especially using DeFi, because there's stuff like Aave, Curve,
Mm,
that's traditional. Just you supply your assets, you get a fixed percentage, and you don't necessarily get trading fees because it's not a trading platform. You don't swap tokens on Aave and shit. It's just to provide um, liquidity for a specific asset. But it's good to have these newer DeFi um, projects that have these new incentive mechanisms, because you want more ways to earn, especially in a down market when
mhm.
you have your stables sitting there and they're earning a certain percentage, sideways. Like the market's going sideways, people are going to be trading in and out of tokens trying to get, is it going to pump today? Oh no, is it going to dump today? Let me swap to this. Let me swap to that. And
And to be honest, this is going to be great in a bear market and this
mm,
sideways trending market, because you're trying to stay in that range.
oh
This is a
yeah,
great way to
yeah,
earn during those doldrums.
yeah.
If if you're into trading, that volatility, when the markets are, hold when everything's pumping in the bull run, and then sell everything, get out into stables, whatever your plan is at the top, make sure that you get out, with your profits, and then wait for the
Yeah.
market to dump. And then once it dumps and it gets down towards the bottom, you don't even have to be the exact bottom. Get back into some of this stuff, get into DeFi, and the people that are trading, all the day traders and all the scalpers and all that
Hmm.
stuff, make money off of them. And this is a lot easier than trying to read, do TA.
TNA.
Yeah, it's a lot easier than doing TA. Trying to read the charts and stuff and getting wrecked. Because
Yeah.
the market manipulation. It's
Yeah.
even the big dogs. Are going to be paying you fees. When you're doing this. So
Yeah, you're not gonna get
really,
liquidated like that, you know?
the worst thing that can happen is the impermanent loss. Is
Yeah.
that and it's not really that bad because like say that I ended up like the one that that I'm out of range on. The worst thing that can happen with this one that I'm not earning on right now is that the price of ETH keeps going down. I still own
Mm.
0.39583 ETH. It's
Yeah.
like, I mean, it's like holding it on Coinbase or in my cold storage wallet. It's still I'm never gonna lose the amount of ETH. The value might keep going down, but when it comes back up, then and I still have this open. If I basically this will start selling off and go into the USDC and I start earning again. But the worst thing that can happen is that you end up going out of range and you get stuck holding one of these pairs. That's the reason why I picked these pairs. Is
Mhm.
okay. I get stuck holding a bunch of Bitcoin. So sad. I
Yeah.
get stuck holding a bunch of ETH. Okay, or a bunch of USDC. Whatever. It's now if I was something like Brett or Whiff,
Yeah.
something like that, it's like,
Extremely
yeah,
volatile.
I don't want to get stuck holding. Yeah, I don't want to get stuck holding the meme coin long term.
Yeah.
But Bitcoin, USDC, ETH, Sol, Arrow, I'll hold those for years. I don't care.
Well, you locked yours up for 4 years, and and, it's good to do that with projects you feel confident in, that have a good product that they're offering and a good rewards mechanism, and, um, that are also backed by, um, some pretty big
BlackRock, and
players.
yeah,
Yeah.
no, it's insane.
And,
So
what
oh, good.
what was the one project that just got hacked recently? Radium. They were in the um Arbitrum ecosystem. Well, they're I think they're cross chain, but they're and it doesn't happen often. Even there's been some big project hacks, but um usually it's very small number, like a handful a year, that big projects get hacked like that. So Radium, that was kind of a big um surprise. But if you
Yeah,
ever have any questions about projects and their security, Certic, I'll share this in the chat actually. Yeah, Certic and all, they do audits, security audits on blockchain projects. And I forget what the other one is, but there's many different ones that do auditing. Um, that way you can look through and the different metrics and stuff, and if you feel comfortable with that project, it and not everything is 100% secure.
no,
There's always going to be risk.
no, always. All right, so I guess I'll just summarize. I think I covered about everything that I'm currently doing. And again, I'm not an expert on this. I full disclosure, I got about 10 grand on here, and
Nice.
I'm basically I'm I'm working through it and just seeing how it all works. Um, but as you can see here, I'm just gonna summarize real quick that I locked up at that 5,000 arrow. And so I still own those. Those are mine. And in return, I got the liquidity token VE Arrow. With that, I voted, and that's what I'm making that $60 a week off of.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm taking that, putting it into liquidity, the liquidity pools. Those liquidity pools, I'm earning emissions. So I'm earning Arrow, off of the emissions, and then I'm earning fees. So whatever pairs the liquidity pool that I'm in, if it's Bitcoin and ETH, whatever it is, I'm earning small amounts of those as well. I can unstake that. I can take those profits. My plan is to just do it like weekly or monthly,
Mm-hmm.
and just basically pool it all together. And my math right now, if I keep going the way that I'm going, I should be able, off my 10,000, I should be making about $1,400 a month. And so with that $1,400, I'm just gonna basically keep putting that back into liquidity pools because that's the highest earning. And
Yeah.
then what I earn off the liquidity pools, I'm gonna keep locking up so that I can get more VE Arrow that I can vote with. And so that $60 a week turns into $80, turns into 100, turns into 200, and just keeps growing. And then I take that every week and put that back in the liquidity pool. And you see how it's just kind of like this
Yeah.
self-feeding machine. And that's what
Yeah, and
that's what they're
that's not
talking about.
locked up, right? That whatever
None of
emissions
that
you
is
earn
locked up.
from the stuff locked up, you can roll
None of
right
it.
back into. Yeah.
And even like I said, and even that arrow that is locked up technically isn't locked up because I get that VE arrow, an equal amount of the VE
Yeah.
arrow
Yep.
that I'm using to earn off of. And and again, it's an NFT that I can borrow against. I
Yep.
can sell it. Like if you wanted to buy it, I can be like, hey, I got this 5,000 worth of arrow that's locked on Aerodrome. You want to buy it off me? And I can basically sell you the NFT.
Yeah.
So it's technically, yes, it's locked. Can you still get at it? Yeah. So this is the flywheel effect that that I kept hearing about and didn't understand until I got into. And it's basically just that loop that you're just taking profits and sticking it into these different aspects of earning, and just one feeds the next, and
Yeah.
it just compounds. And if you read up on investing at all, one of the most powerful ways to earn is compounding interest.
Yes.
People go on and on. They've written whole books about it.
Yeah.
Compounding interest is one of the most powerful earning methods that you can make, and the more often it compounds, the better.
Yeah.
So like every 5 minutes, this compounds. The liquidity that that I earn, this refreshes every 5 minutes. I actually timed it the other day. Oh, sorry. So these actually every 5 minutes they'll blink, and this if I'm in range, these numbers will go up, and so will these. So this is compounding every 5 minutes. I can claim this at any time. I can take these profits anytime I want. None of this is locked for any length of time. I
Got
can
it.
instantly claim it. Now the voting, that is once a week. So you can see right here, the current voting round ends in 2 days. So at 8 in the morning on Wednesday, I'll get that $60 worth of arrow.
And do you have to
And
vote each week?
yes,
It's
and
required.
that's
Okay.
where and that's why I put that on my calendar. Is that
Yeah.
as soon as I as soon as I earn that, I'm going to come in here, collect it, and I'm going to re-vote. Now, something I didn't touch on is when you vote, you select which pool is going to get the rewards. So obviously, like if I had $1,000,000, I would have a lot more voting power than me that only has $5,000.
Mm-hmm.
So me personally, I voted on Wrapped ETH Arrow because I have money in Wrapped ETH Arrow. It's like,
Yeah.
and you can split it up. You don't have to put 100%. It's just I was only in one at the time. But yeah, you can do wrapped ETH well, Moonwell. You can do virtual Coinbase wrapped Bitcoin, wrapped ETH USDC. And so you can vote on any of these, and the more votes they get, then the more of the fees that they get, the more incentives that they get.
Mm.
So you can kind of see how that flywheel works, and
Yeah.
really it's just there's a lot of earning that you can do. And like I said, for 10,000, I'm being pretty conservative with my APRs. And you can get go a lot riskier if you want. I'm looking at long-term gains. And like I said, I mean, I'm earning 14-15% per month.
Shit.
So, $10,000, I'm making, $1,400, $1,500. That's 15% per month.
You're not making that in no bank. That's for damn
Yeah.
sure.
Oh, yeah. And that's what the bank makes, off of your credit card that they're charging you 23% interest,
Oh
and
yeah.
your
Yeah.
car loan that they're charging you 8%. The reason that
Yep.
you're making these returns is because you're the bank.
Yeah.
People are borrowing your money and stuff. Is there
Yeah.
risk? I want to touch on that. Yes. So, my value is on Aerodrome. I'm very conservative. So the reason that I'm trusting Aerodrome, and this, doesn't mean that it's foolproof, but it's backed by Coinbase Ventures. It's
Mhm.
BlackRock. A lot of the big players are getting behind Aerodrome. And so I'm hoping, it's not a guarantee, I'm hoping that it will become too big to fail. And it will be the chosen one, kind of like Coinbase.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I just want to make sure that people understand that there is risk in this. And of course, if you go outside of range in the liquidity pool and you panic and you sell, then there is a loss there somewhat. It's like you're locking in, like in my case, the amount of ETH that I have there. You still own that. If ETH goes up, you'll make your money back. But by getting out, you're locking in, that amount of ETH. I'll just say it that way. So that's about all I got for the DeFi aspect. I mean, do you have any questions, or does anybody in the chat have any questions?
No, I was gonna say you have your tokens locked up for a perfect amount of time, because you don't want to lock up your tokens or have them unlock during the bear market, because you have them unlocking like right in the next, like, not this upcoming bull run, but the
Yeah.
next bull run. So you're
Yes.
looking the next cycle. So you don't
I think
necessarily
Arrow's going
want
to be around for a while, personally.
Yeah.
And like I said, I get those VE Arrow, to use, and if even this bull run, if Arrow does something amazing, I might look at taking a loan out against my VE Arrow, or my
Yeah.
locked Arrow, and use that for something. Because again, my understanding is I'm not a tax professional, but every other aspect that I've ever done is debt isn't taxable. And so if I can take a loan out against it, and I can even write off the interest and all those things.
Yeah.
So that's kind of
Where do you
my 2 cents.
go to get the loan for this NFT? Do they have a place available? Because I know that there's some places like I think it's Time Swap. There's some projects that do have, you can take loans out against your crypto and stuff, but I don't remember. Yeah, Time Swap offers lending and borrowing without.
There you go. You got NFT-Fi. Use your NFT to get a loan.
NFT-Fi. Let's see.
So I mean, like I said,
Yeah, there
I mean,
are options available.
Yeah. Yeah. So you can get there's definitely places that you can go to get loans. You know, it's I will not pretend to be fully knowledgeable on that at all. I think most of these are the cartoon, NFTs. I don't think that the real world use case NFTs have garnered the attention that they should, like you were talking about. Real estate titles, car titles.
Yeah.
You know, what else? I mean, pretty much anything. Real world asset. Could all be NFTs. So, yeah, like I said, I mean, I think that like stocks, things like that, shares in a company, those
Yeah.
could be an NFT.
Oh,
It's
that's actually that NFT Fi. I'm looking them up on Twitter. So they got almost 30K followers. They've been around a while. They look pretty legit.
well, their total loan volume is $600 million.
Okay, yeah, that's
They have 65,000 total number of loans, and the average loan size is $16,000.
nice.
So
Yeah.
you know, it's and you know what? If they go out of business, or go under, it's like, I mean, I don't know what would happen, but you still got the loan, that you took out.
Yeah.
So I don't
Yeah,
know.
and I guess
Yeah, like I said,
that's the other danger, the long term some of these projects might not be around, but I guess just don't overexpose yourself in one project or another, and yeah, spread it around a little bit. Um the things that you feel comfortable with, and because we're still so early in all of this, but like you said, finding ones that are backed by heavy names, BlackRock, these Coinbase, the Pantera Capital, and
dude,
Binance Labs, and that way you'll feel more secure
dude,
on.
check this out. Oh, no
Oh,
available
your
incentives.
Moonwell.
Okay. Yeah, this wrapped ETH well. I need to do a little bit more research, but oh, okay, never mind. Yeah, the incentives is something else. But 160%. So I'm earning 60% or 67% to make that $60. So I might vote for like one with a higher rate because I could
Mm.
earn like almost three times the amount off of the same amount of VE Arrow. So I could earn like $150 next week instead of just $60.
uh
You see what I
yeah,
mean?
see.
Huh? Huh?
Yeah. Well, and you're tracking all this, right? So that would
Yeah,
be
yeah. Like I
great
said, I got my little spreadsheet.
to actually see, and not just that, but with the volatility in the market. Like, okay, well, this week we had more volatility or less volatility. How does that compare to other weeks where um it's good to see, because I'd be interested. Did these APRs fluctuate?
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
depending
So
on.
so and they'll fluctuate while you're in them. So that one that that I'm out of range on that I keep talking about, that one I've seen go from like 90% to 2,000, 3,000%. And like I said, every 5 minutes it refreshes. And
Yeah.
so, sometimes it's only 90%, but sometimes it's like, 2,000%. So, it's kind of, I haven't figured out the rhyme or reason to it. But yeah, this is that spreadsheet that I showed you. And so basically what I'm doing is every day at 11 in the morning, I come in here, I crunch the new numbers, off of, all those, on Aerodrome that I showed you. I just put in all the new numbers and let it do its calculations. And then I'm just tracking the,
Mhm.
total gain, loss after rewards, and the total value. And so just each day, I'm just going to go down and do it. And I'm just going to see, how it progresses. And
Hmm.
maybe we'll here on an upcoming show, we'll check in, and people can see if I'm a genius and making a bunch of money, or if I'm a idiot and I'm losing everything. So
Well, no, it's great because you a lot of people aren't as transparent, and it's like, hey, there's a tool that you can utilize, and it's if you don't really understand it very well, or even if you don't have like 10K to invest, you can see, okay, well, there is some benefit to this. Can I invest a couple $100s and still benefit from it? So it's good to see, what
absolutely.
your experience is and pain points, and to share that with everyone. That way, when they at least dip their toes in, they know, okay, I'm not going to lose everything, so I can feel safe. But
And honestly, that's what I was afraid of, because I haven't seen anybody. I actually found somebody recently, that goes very in depth about. And actually, you know what? I'll I'll share it. Let me go to. I'll share the channel because they've actually been super informative. Um, Let me share this screen. So these guys, Crypto Labs Research, they
hmm,
specialize in all of this that I've been talking about. So, basically, if you want to figure out how to yield farm, if you want to, figure out how to use, Aerodrome, there's a lot of
mm-hmm.
really cool tools that they use, like Beefy, that allow like a lot of
Oh
functionality
yeah.
that Aerodrome doesn't, but you can still invest on Aerodrome. Um, and I haven't messed with any of those yet. They get into like the narrow and wide. So
Oh,
actually, you know what? I don't think I finished that discussion. I'll touch on that really quick before we
what was their
end the
name
call.
again? So I can
Oh, sorry.
save it.
It is called Crypto Labs Research, at Crypto Labs Research.
Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, I'm sharing.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I turned mine off for a second.
I
I
thought it was
gotta.
another one.
There we go. All right.
Yeah.
So shit, I forgot what I was going to talk about. What were we talking about?
Oh, the narrow and wide.
Oh, thank you, thank you. All right. So yeah, whenever you're depositing liquidity, I got on a rabbit trail before and didn't finish my train of thought.
You pulled the Trump weave.
Yeah, I did, but unlike him, I wasn't able to come back to it. All right. So you have the narrow. You can see you get 87.91% in this case. You have common. You see down here how it's spread out. You see the difference.
Yeah, I think it's. I think I'm blocking it.
Oh,
Can I
here I'll do this. There we go.
move my fat
So
head?
you can see like that's narrow where you get the higher APR.
Hmm.
Now this covers plus or minus 8% volatility, but you only get 33% APR. And then you can do wide. So say you're going to go on a trip or something like that. You don't want to be having to watch this, the whole time. And you can see where like this shows you where most of the movement has been. So narrow,
Hmm.
like this is where most of it had been. And so I was like, yeah, I'll just stick it on narrow because that's well within range. And it popped out. If I would have gone with common, I'd be earning a lot less, but I would still be in the range and earning. Of course, you can do wide. Now there's
Yeah.
another option. You can do custom range. So say that I think that this pair, so this USDC is stable, so ETH. Say I know because of the election, I have it in my head that ETH is going to pump. So I don't really care about the low end of the range. So I just leave that. But say I'm going to make this $3,000. So that gives me, basically if it goes down, I'm going to probably fall out of range.
Hmm.
But going up, I have a whole lot of runway going up from 2381 all the way up to 3000, 3006, and I'm
Yeah,
earning 24%. Say
24%.
that I want to earn more than that. I just dial this back a bit. Maybe I want to go down to 2800. It'll calculate. Now I went up to 33%. Say I want a little
Yeah,
bit better than that. Let's go down to 27. And now I'm up to 44%. Okay, I can live with that. So yeah, you can put custom ranges in, and and you can sit here and you can mess with it, just plus or minus, and but yeah, I mean, basically you can find dial it in to where the range is acceptable, and it's the APR that you feel like you want to earn. So yeah, there's custom ranges, and then there's also also kind of their presets. So hope that
yeah. And
helps.
like you said, that sideways action that's perfect during the bear market because, like, 2 years ago when it was just what Bitcoin hit 15K and everything's just sideways for months and months, and you
You could be
you can stay
earning
in
that
that
whole
range.
time,
Yeah. Yep.
whole time.
Even a narrow range, you might have to adjust every couple weeks or couple months, but you're not getting these huge price fluctuations like that.
Yeah, no, but it's like all through here. It's like this one this one here. The Bitcoin ETH one. I just been chilling right in the middle of this range, and this one here is the one where I'm out of the range.
Mhm.
But again, I'm waiting to see. It keeps hinting at wanting to get back up in here, so I'll probably leave it tonight. If it's still out in the morning, I'll probably rebalance, and then this one here is just like dead center and just earning
Nice.
like a champ. But yeah, the sideways market, that everyone detests, that the
Yeah.
traders hate, and people that are holding hate, all through the bear market. I mean, this is what I'm going to do. And every time there's doldrums, I'm just
Yeah.
going to freaking print money.
Yep. Yeah. And
And
accumulating those altcoins too that, their own token, the platform token and stuff. That's just an extra bag that you're sitting on. And you don't have to really invest any of your own money. You're just making it off of these people trading and providing liquidity. It's something that we
well,
need a lot more use or a lot more people utilizing because it's like, oh, I can make money off of you know s- holding my tokens here and not have to worry about a bank fucking collapsing. And I mean,
yeah,
there's also risks of this being, platforms being hacked and stuff, but it's not
yes,
very often, so it's
no, and and the thing is like I said, I mean, it's just like the fact that I'm earning arrows, like in a sideways market, I'm
mhm,
earning arrow. I'm earning ETH. I'm earning Bitcoin. I'm earning USDC. So dry powder. If the market takes a dump, then I'm going to have dry powder.
mhm.
To buy good projects. It's
It's
because
not a meme
it's
coin.
stable, and that's why I have so much of my stuff where one of the pairs is a stable because
Yeah.
basically I'll be able to have that dry powder to get exposure to new tokens. I can even sideline this. That flywheel I was talking about,
Mhm,
the arrow. I can only use the arrow if I want, and the ETH. And maybe long term hold, and the USDC. Peel that off and just use that to plus up my bags. But yeah, all through the bear market you can do that, and all the doldrums you can do that, and
and
everything starts.
you're not getting double and permanent loss either when you have
No,
2 altcoins versus, ETH in a stable or Arrow
yes,
in a stable. You don't want to
And
have
that's the
the
pros and the cons.
yeah,
And that's the pros and the cons of it. Is with two, like with ETH and Bitcoin, they move together for the most part. So it's probably going to
hmm
stay in range pretty well.
right,
I mean, it's going to bounce around, but it's going to be a lot more stable than USDC and ETH. I'm going to
yeah.
be having to rebalance this probably quite often, but that's why I'm earning like 3,000%, between 90% and 3,000%,
Yeah.
because you're not always earning. But I think that's all
No,
I
these
got. I think I
yeah, these
touched
were
everything.
great tips because there's all these nuances and stuff that especially with liquidity pools that you got to really pay attention to or you might get screwed.
Absolutely. And that's really the key is,
And is
you
it
know,
worth your time and investment?
and there's different aspects to it, because if you don't want to do the whole flywheel thing, say you just have Arrow and you want to, long term hold it. You don't, you plan on long term holding it anyway. Maybe stick some and lock it. Get that VE Arrow
Mhm.
and just vote each week. Earn off of it. You don't got to put it in a liquidity pool. You don't have to
Yeah.
do any of the other stuff I talked about. I'm just doing it because it's that compounding, of my earnings. Um, if you want to just do the liquidity pool, you can do that. If you're not comfortable locking stuff up, that's
Yeah.
fine too. So just do your own research. That channel that I showed you, they have really good
Yeah.
content. It's really simple to understand. Probably a lot better put together than the way I just explained it. Um, as I become more knowledgeable, I'll try to put some better content together. But I definitely wanted to touch on it because it's such a powerful tool in these sideways markets. And I was really timid about getting into it because I heard about impermanent loss, and I'm just like, I've tried all these other things, to where I was going to try to make money. I've tried trading, I lost money. I've tried, Time Wonderland in the getting that
Yeah.
Dow, and I lost money. I tried meme coins, I lost money. It's like I was just like, who wants about money next?
Who wants
It's like,
it?
so yeah, I mean, I've tried holding, and the market keeps going down. It's just
Yeah.
like I I want to find some way that I can, long term earn, because even if once the bull market takes off, if I end up 10x in my portfolio and I have $400,000 or $500,000, I that's what I plan on doing with it, is DeFiing with it. Is
Yeah.
I'll probably a portion of it, like my 10 grand, or 50 grand or something, I'll put in there so I can earn a couple grand a month, and the rest of it I'll keep sidelined in stables, and uh, wait for the market to dump if it does.
Yeah.
And after it does, then I'll buy in and start building my bags, and do some in DeFi, and do some other plays that I'm thinking about, and yeah, and just rinse and repeat. That's
Yeah,
my plan.
if you can capitalize off of this next bull run and once the once it pops and fizzles into the bear market, start taking those profits into DeFi and utilizing this because you're going to find yourself in the bear market making a lot of this money that you were like, oh shit, I could actually pay some bills with this stuff that is just sitting there. Like you just
Well,
never know.
what better way to come up with money other than actually cashing out your
Oh
holdings,
yeah, yeah,
without touching the principal.
yeah,
So, another aspect of investing and long-term wealth generation is, and the rich do this all the time. They don't spend their money. They take out loans against it, and they
right.
buy real estate, and they buy assets that appreciate.
Mm-hmm.
Classic cars, things like that. Art. That's why it's such a big thing in the rich people circles. Buying art, is they couldn't care less who painted it.
Yeah,
They All they know is it's worth this, and people will pay that. They donate it to a gallery. It's a tax write off,
Mm-hmm.
And it's just this shell game to where they are never actually spending their money, one, and two, everything is a loan, so it mitigates their tax burden. So, you know, if you really want to hold on to the wealth that you're going to generate this bear market, you really need to start learning these things.
Mm-hmm.
Because don't be those people that are win Lambo. You make a couple hundred grand.
Yeah.
You go out and buy a Lambo that depreciates in value, and now you're out whatever a Lambo costs, a couple hundred grand or whatever,
Yeah.
and you wrap it around a tree, and you got to pay taxes because you pulled out the couple hundred grand. You got to pay 25% or 20% or long or short term capital gains. Um, so yeah, you're out a bunch of cash. You're out, you have a Lambo that's depreciating in value, and you have to pay the insurance on it. You got to pay the maintenance on it.
Yeah.
You got to pay.
Unless you have a business that
And
utilizes that as a tax write-off, and you can use it for your business purpose, whatever that might be. You might be in Vegas entertaining, high-profile clients,
I know people
but
that do it with boats. They'll get a boat wrap with their
yeah,
business, name and stuff, and it's advertising. There's
hmm
again, talk to your tax professional for that
yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
But you need to start learning how to not just make money, but how to make your money make money, and
yes,
how to mitigate your tax burden,
hmm
and how to take profits where it's not profits, where it's a loan, or
hmm
other ways to where you make it liquid, to where you can do the things that you want to do with it. But again, it's not just gone. It's why
yeah,
people that win the lottery, they've done
uh,
studies where after a couple of years, most people that win the lottery are broke because they go out and
hmm
buy expensive cars and expensive houses. They don't invest, and then all of a sudden they got to pay property taxes on $1 million mansion. They got to pay insurance on the sports car. They
yep,
gotta they got to pay taxes on all of it. It is they go broke.
yep. Yeah, and people want to
So
complain about the billionaires not paying taxes. Well, that's exactly how they do it. They take the loans out, and they don't touch their, stocks usually that they have. All that
no,
stuff is, you take loans, utilize or use the debt as leverage, if you can, and not just going to s- get a $25,000 personal loan just because you can, and then not have a way to pay it back.
exactly.
But if you got millions of dollars that you don't want to necessarily pull out, like, hey, I got
Mhm.
this, and this is where crypto is, like you said, with the NFTs, taking loans out on your crypto assets, because you don't necessarily have a bank telling you, oh, well, sorry, John Smith, you can't do this because your credit's not here. You have all this list of things that we require you, when you can go to this crypto protocol, like, hey, I have this NFT that shows I own this. Let me sort all the values out and numbers, and then they'll execute a loan for you.
Well, and I'll be honest. I mean, you can make money off yourself. Like that one I went to, there was two buttons. There was I want to borrow money and I want to lend money. So you could go on that protocol and you could
Yeah.
put liquidity in there, borrow, and you have liquidity. And so basically, you're earning off of in a roundabout way off of taking a
Mm,
loan out. So
yeah. Almost
it's
like
you
the liquid restaking stuff with like Eigenlayer,
exactly.
and you can take your Ethereum and stake it, and then take that stake token and then put it into another protocol and earn fees. And then you can go down a rabbit hole with that too. It's
Well, and this is a simple way to think about it. And these are just numbers I'm pulling out of my ass. So, say that for lending, you earn 10% APY, just for a good round number. Say that the interest on the loan that you take out is 20%. So now, if you do an equal amount, of course, now instead of paying 20% for the loan because you're earning 10%, you're actually only paying 10%. So you just basically bought down the interest rate on your loan.
Mm, yeah.
So Anyway, just some food for
Yeah.
thought. I mean, DeFi and crypto is going to open so many avenues to the average person like me and you, and those of you that are
Hmm.
listening out there. You can't even imagine, like all this stuff that was only for the ultra rich and for banks, and even stuff that they have no idea about is going to, this is all going to be open to everybody. This is you're in the wild west. When they
Yeah.
say that you're early to crypto, I don't think people understand how early that people are. But being that early is where you get the volatility and you get, protocols that go under and, you know, the rug pulls, all that
Yeah.
wild west shit. You got to be careful. And as it becomes more mainstream, as you can see through the cycles, the Bitcoin cycles, that volatility and the earnings, each cycle for like Bitcoin and other other cryptos is getting smaller and smaller and smaller. The more people that get into crypto, the less ROI people are going to see in the crypto market. I
Hmm.
think there will be a time in the future crypto is going to move like the regular stock market. You're
Yeah.
going to be lucky if you make a couple of percent, here and there. So now's the time to get in, learn about it, earn, and learn how to keep what you earn. Don't
Yeah.
do not blow it on, if you're a dude going out, blowing it on women, or cars or flashy stuff. Invest it in things
Yeah.
that are going to make you more money. And I wish that this was going on when I was a young man, because I mean I made some good money in real estate. In the military, I was putting
Mm.
my money in real estate while everybody else was partying, because
Oh,
all
nice.
the old school people that I knew that had money made it in real estate. So that's what I did. But this is a whole nother ball game. You young guys, take advantage.
Yeah.
If it's a couple $100, if it's a couple $1,000, if it's $10,000, get
Yeah.
into this, learn it.
Yeah. Especially if you're living at home. Shit.
Yes,
Especially if you're living at home. Don't get a fucking car with a car note. And like even myself, I have two older cars, an '03 Acura and a 2007 Honda Pilot, and they're paid for. I don't have a car note for them, and
golden,
yeah, just
dude, golden.
and the insurance is less because you don't have the loan out, or it's not leased, and
Yep.
I don't have to worry about that extra payment. So it's yeah, finding these s- ways of saving yourself money. And I know my girlfriend's cousin he bought a car a few years ago, and it got him into some trouble. And I remember telling him, like, he's 20. He actually just turned 25 yesterday, but I was like, man, you don't want to have this car note, man. And he's like, oh, but I want this car. And it was a Challenger. And it was, man, that with the insurance, it pretty much it didn't kill him, but it was painful
Dude,
for a long time.
I watched it in the military. Like guys in the barracks, they would go out and when I first got in the military, I was making like $600 a month. Of course, you get room and board and all that. But I'd see guys go out and they'd buy a car with a high interest rate, and by the time they paid for gas and insurance, they were tapped out. They didn't have any
Oh.
money, and so I mean, they couldn't go out and do anything. If the only way they could is if they were giving rides to other people for
Yeah.
gas money, and and it's just we've all been there, we've all done it, but the quicker that you can align yourself with mentors,
Mhm.
people that have cracked the code, that have made the mistakes. This is what helped me tremendously early on in life, was aligning myself with people that have accomplished the things that I want to accomplish and just picked their brain.
Mhm.
And I've even worked for people for free just to learn
Oh,
from them
yeah.
and I mean it's powerful. So yeah, if you can find somebody that's willing to school you, like an like an apprentice and a mentor, relationship, take it. Find somebody
Yeah.
that has what you want and learn how they did it. And you're gonna just slingshot yourself, decades into your future and accomplish those things, at a much younger age.
Yeah. And even if you can't reach out to them directly, learn as much as you can from the resources that they have or people that have resources out there that have been proven to work. Just immerse yourself with that. And it's we can find mentors in anywhere, digitally, in person, but yeah, especially if you can find someone to work one-on-one with, would be just an accelerator. And also the people you surround yourself with too. You don't want to keep having these people who drag you down and stuff. Yeah, people that aren't wanting to learn and grow, and if they're draining you of energy, you want to do better. You want to surround yourself with people who want to do better, and it'll just completely accelerate your life. So,
Oh, for
oh
sure.
man, broke.
I was just chatting with some people here. So yeah, I guess we could probably end it there. But awesome first show, dude.
Yeah.
I
No,
mean,
thanks.
I really enjoyed. Yeah, no, I know we went a little bit long. We went 2 hours. Time flew. But yeah, I was excited to hear about, and I definitely want to follow up with you on some of that airdrop stuff. We'll have to talk about what the next episode next Monday is going to be about,
Yeah.
and maybe I'll give like just a really quick update on if I'm rocking it or if I'm
Yeah.
blown out on
We could do a
DeFi.
weekly update,
Yeah,
weekly
yeah,
review on there.
exactly.
Yeah.
If I'm a genius or an idiot.
Yeah, and I'll
So
I'll I'll touch on some I'll look at some projects because I do each week, I want to pick at least one project or so to
let's come up
not
with a format.
highlight, but
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
just say,
No,
hey,
let's
this
come up
is
with a format where, like,
yeah.
yeah, like maybe you pick out, like, we'll call it Jeff's pick or something like that.
Hmm.
You pick out a project, and we'll highlight it. Go over the details of it, and all
Yeah.
the basically to do your own research stuff. Do
Yeah.
our due diligence on it. Be like, oh yeah, this is who's backing it. This is if it's VC backed. This is the token the tokenomics of it, the founders, this is, how much of the initial release they're getting, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, let's talk about it over the following week. But so yeah,
Yeah.
let's give a shout out to everybody here. So we got RJ Viveros, we
RJ.
got we got old C90 FTW. Thanks, brother, for showing up. We got, of
Yes.
course, you, the blockchain report.
I'm
We
little
got I'm little as
guy.
fuck. she showed up.
Sky. It's funny.
Let's
Her
see.
boyfriend is one of the lead singers in the band that I DJ for.
Yeah, yeah. We'll
Yeah.
actually end the show with the soundtrack again. He said he was gonna be listening in. So thanks all for showing up for our first episode.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you, everyone.
we'll try doing bringing some good content to you.
Mm-hmm.
But till next time, Veteran Crypto out.
Blockchain report out.
Damn.